Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to our fresh week and welcome back to our topic today because we have been doing this. We worked on ego, we understood pride, and today we are going to work on righteousness. And these three elements that have actually influenced our lives so much and we don't even realize it. So today, talking about righteousness, what are we doing? We are talking about something that most people don't even realize that they are carrying. And my effort to give you examples today towards righteousness may surprise most of us. Okay. So righteousness, honestly, it is such a human thing. Every one of us has done it. Sometimes loudly, sometimes silently, and sometimes so subtly that even we don't notice it. Because righteousness is not always arrogance. A lot of time it looks very reasonable. How? It looks like I'm just being honest. I'm only trying to help. I'm more emotionally aware than them. I'm the one always making the effort. I'm tired of tolerating nonsense. I know what's right. Does it sound something that we all know? It does. And we've never looked at it as righteousness. And sometimes, along the way, being right starts by feeling emotionally important. Not just mentally important, emotionally important. We become attached to our perspective, to our pain, to our version of events, to our identity, our beliefs, our sacrifices, and even our goodness. And the strange thing is, most of us learned this very early in life. How? Maybe you grew up in a home where nobody admitted mistakes. Maybe saying sorry was seen as a weakness. Maybe one parent was always right and everyone else just adjusted. Maybe love came with emotional control. Maybe you learned that to survive emotionally, you had to defend yourself constantly. Or maybe you became the responsible one in the family. And now you quietly carry resentment because everybody depends on you while nobody really sees you. Isn't that true? A lot of us go through this. And that too can become righteousness. Sometimes righteousness shows up in relationships. How? You're in an argument, and instead of trying to understand each other, both people are secretly trying to win. Secretly trying to win. Not the relationship, but the argument. Or someone says something hurtful. And years later, you are still replaying the moment in your mind thinking, but I was right. Yeah, that is also true. And maybe you were, probably, maybe you were. But the question is, has being right brought peace? No, it still remains an open-ended relationship or a situation. Some righteousness shows up in friendships. How? We silently judge how others live, how they parent, how they spend the money, how unaware they are, how unhealthy their choices are. And often we don't say it out loud, but internally we are creating separation. How? There are so many hows, right? So we internally create separation. People like me, people like them. We do it, don't we? People like me, people like them. Sometimes righteousness hides inside spirituality too. And this one is very subtle. How? We start believing I am more conscious. I have healed more. It's in comparison to others, right? I understand energy. I have done inner work. I am not as unconscious as others. And suddenly, spirituality becomes identity instead of liberation. Because all this is being done with a sense of righteousness. Sometimes righteousness shows up at work. You feel nobody does things properly except you. So you stick with it. And you create more problems and stress for yourself more than for others because they give up. You get irritated because others are careless. You feel overburdened. You feel underappreciated. Can you all relate to it? I'm sure you can. And slowly, what happens? Because of all this, frustration becomes superiority. Then exhaustion follows. Because carrying the emotional burden of I must always be right is very heavy. Very heavy. And what's important to understand is this. Under righteousness, there is usually pain. Pain of not feeling heard, pain of not feeling respected, pain of being dismissed, pain of being controlled, pain of being blamed unfairly, and maybe pain of not feeling safe enough to be vulnerable. So when we carry so many pains, I'm sure there are a lot more pains that we carry. So when we carry all this pain, what happens? The ego creates an armor, a shield. And what is that shield? Righteousness. Righteousness becomes that armor. Because when we feel right, we feel protected. But over time, that armor changes us. We become less open. We become less curious, less soft perhaps, become hard, right? We listen less. We interrupt more. We defend faster. We explain ourselves, constantly. We struggle to let things go. We keep replaying conversations in our head. We become emotionally tense without even realizing it. And eventually, the same harshness we use on others turns inward. Then we start judging ourselves too. How? I should know better. I shouldn't feel this. I must not fail. I can't be weak. And so what happens? Even internally, there is no rest. Okay? And today is not about shaming ourselves for any of this, not at all. Because this pattern is deeply human. Today, again, it is simply about awareness. Seeing it gently, honestly, without guilt. Because awareness changes everything, and we know that. The moment we truly recognize our attachment to being right, something begins to soften. When we recognize it, we stop fighting every perception. We stop needing to control how others see us. We stop carrying every disagreement like a personal attack. And slowly, what happens? When we do all this, we return to ourselves. Not the defended self, the real self. Yeah? The softer self, the wiser self, the self underneath all the emotional armor. So today, just notice gently, where in your life do you feel emotionally attached to being right? Okay? Where do you become defensive very quickly? Where do you secretly feel morally superior? Where are you exhausted from carrying invisible emotional armor? And where might life be asking you to soften down a little? We all have such situations, and we really need to think gently in ourselves. Because we are here today to release the emotional addiction to superiority, certainty, and self-protection, so that the authentic self can start to breathe again. Now take a slow, deep breath and just allow awareness to enter. Allow it, because awareness is where the awakening begins. Take that breath. Beautiful. So now, let us begin preparing the body and nervous system for recitation of understanding the reasons and the need for us to have righteousness in our lives, and how we can allow ourselves to become aware of what we are holding on and then release it or reorient it and reposition it. Okay? So sit comfortably, relax your jaws, relax your shoulders, Unclench the stomach. Close your eyes. Allow the breath to arrive naturally. No force, just awareness. Now inhale through the nose for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold gently and exhale through the mouth for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, inhale, receiving awareness. Exhale, releasing resistance. Again, inhale, softening the mind. Exhale fully, letting go of emotional armor. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And now inhale. Take a deep breath and say to yourself, I am willing to see myself clearly. Exhale, saying, I no longer need to defend who I truly am. Again, I am willing to see myself clearly. Exhale, I no longer need to defend who I truly am. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Return to normal breathing. Invoke your healing guides, healing masters, healing angels, your higher consciousness, love consciousness, prosperity consciousness, your teachers, mentors, gurus, and guides. Seek their guidance, seek their support, seek their understanding, and seek their partnership. As today you allow yourself to release the bonds of armor of righteousness and allow yourself to return to your authentic self, to journey forward, to connect to the eternal consciousness and the prime resource energy with love, faith, and integrity. Collect all your thoughts wherever they are scattered in the universe. See them entering you, centering you. And when you seem centered, take another deep breath. Place one hand gently on the heart and allow these affirmations to move through you slowly, not from performance, but from honesty. With soul's love, I recognize the ways I attach my identity to being right. With soul's love, I recognize the ways I attach my identity to being right. With soul's love, I recognize the ways I attach my identity to being right. With soul's love, I release the need to defend myself constantly. With soul's love, I release the need to defend myself constantly. With soul's love, I release the need to defend myself constantly. With soul's love, I awaken humility, openness, and inner peace. With soul's love, I awaken humility, openness, and inner peace. With soul's love, I awaken humility, openness, and inner peace. With soul's love, I recognize the fear beneath my righteousness. With soul's love, I recognize the fear beneath my righteousness. With soul's love, I recognize the fear beneath my righteousness. With soul's love, I release emotional armor and control. With soul's love, I release emotional armor and control. With soul's love, I release emotional armor and control. With soul's love, I awaken trust within myself and life. With soul's love, I awaken trust within myself and life. With soul's love, I awaken trust within myself and life. With soul's love, I recognize where judgment has replaced compassion. With soul's love, I recognize where my judgment has replaced compassion. With soul's love, I recognize where my judgment has replaced compassion. With soul's love, I release harshness towards myself and others. With soul's love, I release harshness towards myself and others. With soul's love, I release harshness towards myself and others. With soul's love, I awaken understanding and softness. With soul's love, I awaken understanding and softness. With soul's love, I awaken understanding and softness. With soul's love, I recognize the exhaustion of constantly proving myself. With soul's love, I recognize the exhaustion of constantly proving myself. With soul's love, I recognize the exhaustion of constantly proving myself. With soul's love, I release the need for validation. With soul's love, I release the need for validation. With soul's love, I release the need for validation. With soul's love, I awaken quiet self-worth. With soul's love, I awaken quiet self-worth. With soul's love, I awaken quiet self-worth. With soul's love, I recognize the patterns I inherited from family and society. With soul's love, I recognize the patterns I inherited from family and society. With soul's love, I recognize the patterns I inherited from family and society. With soul's love, I release unconscious emotional conditioning. With soul's love, I release unconscious emotional conditioning. With soul's love, I release unconscious emotional conditioning. With soul's love, I awaken conscious awareness. With soul's love, I awaken conscious awareness. With soul's love, I awaken conscious awareness. With soul's love, I recognize where I have confused certainty with wisdom. With soul's love, I recognize where I have confused certainty with wisdom. With soul's love, I recognize where I have confused certainty with wisdom. With soul's love, I release rigid thinking and emotional attachment. With soul's love, I release rigid thinking and emotional attachment. With soul's love, I release the rigid thinking and emotional attachment. With soul's love, I awaken curiosity and presence. With soul's love, I awaken curiosity and presence. With soul's love, I awaken curiosity and presence. With soul's love, I recognize how righteousness creates separation. With soul's love, I recognize how righteousness creates separation. With soul's love, I recognize how righteousness creates separation. With soul's love, I release emotional distancing. With soul's love, I release emotional distancing. With soul's love, I release emotional distancing. With soul's love, I awaken meaningful connection. With soul's love, I awaken meaningful connection. With soul's love, I awaken meaningful connection. With soul's love, I recognize moments I use spirituality to feel superior. With soul's love, I recognize the moments I use spirituality to feel superior. With soul's love, I recognize the moments I use spirituality to feel superior. With soul's love, I release spiritual ego. With soul's love, I release spiritual ego. With soul's love, I release spiritual ego. With soul's love, I awaken genuine consciousness. With soul's love, I awaken genuine consciousness. With soul's love, I awaken genuine consciousness. With soul's love, I recognize where pride blocks vulnerability. With soul's love, I recognize where pride blocks vulnerability. With soul's love, I recognize where pride blocks vulnerability. With soul's love, I release the fear of being seen fully. With soul's love, I release the fear of being seen fully. With soul's love, I release the fear of being seen fully. With soul's love, I awaken emotional honesty. With soul's love, I awaken emotional honesty. With soul's love, I awaken emotional honesty. With soul's love, I recognize where I hold on to resentment to feel justified. With soul's love, I recognize where I hold on to resentment to feel justified. With soul's love, I recognize where I hold on to resentment to feel justified. With soul's love, I release emotional attachments to old pain. With soul's love, I release emotional attachment to old pain. With soul's love, I release emotional attachment to old pain. With soul's love, I recognize how control has shaped my relationships. With soul's love, I recognize how control has shaped my relationships. With soul's love, I recognize how control has shaped my relationships. With soul's love, I release the need to manage every outcome. With soul's love, I release the need to manage every outcome. With soul's love, I release the need to manage every outcome. With soul's love, I awaken trust and flow. With soul's love, I awaken trust and flow. With soul's love, I awaken trust and flow. With soul's love, I recognize where my reactions are protecting old wounds. With soul's love, I recognize where my reactions are protecting old wounds. With soul's love, I recognize where my reactions are protecting old wounds. With soul's love, I release unconscious emotional patterns. With soul's love, I release unconscious emotional patterns. With soul's love, I release unconscious emotional patterns. With soul's love, I awaken healing awareness. With soul's love, I awaken healing awareness. With soul's love, I awaken healing awareness. With soul's love, I recognize that awakening begins with honesty. With soul's love, I recognize that awakening begins with honesty. With soul's love, I recognize that awakening begins with honesty. With soul's love, I release denial and self-deception. With soul's love, I release denial and self-deception. With soul's love, I release denial and self-deception. With soul's love, I awaken clarity and truth. With soul's love, I awaken clarity and truth. With soul's love, I awaken clarity and truth. Now take a deep breath as you feel all these affirmations going inside your body, because today you are doing it with conscious awareness and with your hand still on your heart. Take another deep breath for the last affirmation. With soul's love, I recognize the divine consciousness within me. With soul's love, I recognize the divine consciousness within me. With soul's love, I recognize the divine consciousness within me. With soul's love, I release the illusion of separation. With soul's love, I release the illusion of separation. With soul's love, I release the illusion of separation. With soul's love, I awaken love, wisdom, and inner freedom. With soul's love, I awaken love, wisdom, and inner freedom. With soul's love, I awaken love, wisdom, and inner freedom. Take a slow breath. Allow the words to gently settle in your body. And now, breathe in slowly through your nose and imagine breathing space into every tight place within you. Exhale slowly. Breathe in. Exhale slowly. Allow the body to release emotional heaviness. Again, breathe in, release emotional heaviness. Breathe out. And now, breathe in peace, breathe out struggle. Breathe in softness, breathe out resistance. And now visualize all the emotional armor around you beginning to dissolve as you breathe in and breathe out. No fighting, no forcing, just dissolving. The nervous system also softens. The heart softens. The mind softens. And beneath all the noise, your deepest self is still there. Calm, aware, and present. And take a deep breath, see what the higher consciousness is telling us. You do not become free by winning every emotional battle. You become free when you no longer need every battle. Awakening is not superiority. Awakening is spaciousness. It is the ability to remain connected to your humanity without becoming imprisoned by your ego and building an armor of righteousness. Sometimes growth means speaking up. Sometimes growth means being silent enough to truly listen. And sometimes healing means recognizing that being right has not brought peace. And the consciousness is asking you, what would happen if you stop defending your identity for one moment? What would remain beneath the armor? Perhaps the real you, the softer you, the wiser you, and the freer you. That self that does not need constant validation to exist. The self that understands love does not require superiority. Truth does not require aggression. Wisdom does not require performance. And healing does not require perfection. You are allowed to unlearn. You are allowed to awaken beyond the identities you inherited. You are allowed to be in awareness. Take a deep breath for the mantra of the day. You can say it loudly as I say it. I soften the armor of righteousness and awaken the wisdom of consciousness. I soften the armor of righteousness and awaken the wisdom of consciousness. I soften the armor of righteousness and awaken the wisdom of consciousness. Take a deep breath and see all this being absorbed in every cell, fiber, muscle, tissue, organ, cells, chakras of your body. See your mind, body, and soul aligning to this awareness. Feel yourself feeling light and strong at the same time. And when you do, rub your palms together, massage your scalp, cup your eyes, massage your face, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your body, your legs, your feet. See yourself connected completely to Mother Earth, and your energy is connected through the crown chakra to the higher consciousness. And when you feel totally aligned, you can come back to the here and now. Any thoughts, any questions, any reactions, any emotions, any learnings, any wisdom that you'd like to share? Anyone? Thank you, Srividya.
Hi, Aarti.
Thanks, Agadi.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this, we always feel we are right, and that whatever that is right for everyone. And one day I had a huge epiphany when my husband told me, not everybody is your clone.
Yeah.
So I just realized that what works for me doesn't mean it will work for another person. Till then, I thought, yeah, I'm logical and I find the easiest way to do things, and it should work for everybody.
Yeah.
But I found that after he said that, it gave me a huge pause, and I started noticing that I'm generally organized and he is generally disorganized, but that works for him. Being disorganized works for him, and it's very hard for him to be organized.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just let it go, and I said, if the house is a little messy, it doesn't matter
Good.
because that's how he lives, and
Right.
that's how that makes sense to him.
Right.
So I just wanted to share this because we always think, what we think is right for everybody, and it really doesn't work for everybody.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, thank you. Because what we think is right, it should be right for everybody. That I think is a general, reference everybody can have. Because, and then puzzle over it. Why don't they understand what I'm saying? Why don't they
Exactly.
do it exactly, the way I want it? Or why can't they follow the pattern that is, laid out or spread out for all of us? It happens. So yeah, thank you so much for this insight. That is great.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
of course, if the mess gets to be too much, I just clear it without any point of view, I just clear it. It'll reappear in maybe a half an hour or 1 hour.
Right.
But, I have at that moment, sometimes when you see that chaotic mess, you feel your head will burst. So clear it.
Yeah.
And after that, it's okay.
Right.
It's fine. It's done. So,
You
yeah,
know,
I just wanted to
the
share that.
interesting thing is that in the cosmic patterns and even in real life patterns, a set of 3 words is very critical for people to understand or live their lives. Okay. Now, what do I mean by it? People say, I love you, I hate you, or K Sara Sara. 3 words. Everything is a common, the Trimurti, the
Yeah.
Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, or whatever order you
Yeah.
follow. Everything is in a pattern of threes. And so
Hmm.
is ego, pride, and righteousness.
Yeah. That's very nicely said.
Yeah,
Thank
nobody
you.
realizes it because they are interconnected. You cannot put one against, one separately because the armor of righteousness happens because of our ego. And our
Yes.
pride doesn't allow us to either behave, react, reject, or accept so many things in life. So there are, of course, this is a Trimurti, but this is one Trimurti that we have to break. And that
Yes. Yes.
can only be
Absolutely.
done with awareness and nothing else, right? So
Yes.
yeah, maybe
Thank you so
I'll
much.
do a blog on all three and see what comes out of it also together, right?
Yeah.
So let me
Thank you so much.
you read the chats. Thank you, Beena. Thank you, Jitin. Thank you, Soumya. Thank you, Seema. Thank you, Sri Vidya. Beautiful insights. Pratiksha says righteousness restricts me and makes me small, I assume, stops my expansion. There is fear of being attacked if I drop righteousness. Yeah, that is true, Pratiksha, and that is why it is important that we work out of sheer awareness. और ये तिगड़ी तो तोड़नी है, we have to break it. So we have to learn to unlearn so many things without knowing, with full knowledge that we are not doing it to fight off something. We are doing it to understand that it is not needed. Each one has their own story, and as Sagari says, within the house you have and that is why the universe puts these things together, the polarities, the disheveled and the not tidy one with the tidy one, the very calm one with a very passionate one. So all these polarities are put in your place in your life for you to learn continuous lessons and what you want to make out of it and what you gain out. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, so then thank you. Thank you, Sagari. Yeah, thank you, Sagari, for sharing it. So then,
I add one more thing.
yeah.
You talked about polarities, about putting the calm one with the person who is more passionate.
Ah,
Now, very interestingly,
mm,
uh, early in my marriage,
mm,
I was the one who used to get upset, and my husband used to be very calm.
mm.
And as I worked on myself and I have become more and more calm, he is, being more. So, it's like a balance.
It is.
It's so amazing. You would think he'll be more calm, but no.
Yeah.
Now he's the one who's more excited about a whole lot of things. He's excitable, and it's so amazing, to watch how things change in life. It's so interesting.
So, yeah,
So,
thank you. This is very interesting and it is true for a lot of us. And that's why when I say look at everything from the fulcrum, this is looking at the fulcrum. Right now, you're looking at your husband, from that height of consciousness. So, if you look at things with awareness, if you look at things with detachment, if you look at things with, a kind of, how should I say, uh, well, detachment, there's no other word, and awareness. Yeah. So, and with love. So, then all things in your life start getting sorted out. Okay. So, let me just read what else everybody has written. Thank you, Usha. Thank you, Snigdha. Then Usha said, okay, thank you, Usha. Snigdha says, thank you so much. This softening, understanding that awareness is not superiority was much needed statement. Pooja says, thank
Uh,
you so much. Thank you.
yeah, thank you, Ati, for this session.
Thank you.
While at the end you told something like Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar, that I couldn't get it. What was
You
that?
listen to the recording, you'll find it over there because it is talking about trilogy of
No,
life.
after the recitation. Now,
After the recitation also, it is going to be in the recording. You can push it through and just listen to that part because I just explained the whole thing. So maybe you were not
oh,
listening or you were distracted. So it is there, you can take it from there. Okay. I have not
sure,
talked
sure.
of the gods. I have talked of the how it is, the three words in life, how they are well assigned from the universe about what the three words can mean. And they come in pattern. This is a pattern of the universe. So you can listen to it there.
Okay,
Okay.
I love you, I hate you, and which is the other one? Other one. I mean, it can be any of such kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, got
Okay.
it, got
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Thank you.
welcome. Thank you, Ami. Thank you, everyone. All right, Shri, you had raised your hand. I'm sorry, I didn't get the time to talk to you. Are you there or you left?
No, no, I'm there, ma'am. No, I just wanted to share that as we personally have noticed, as we do some courses or an awareness happens in spirituality, it is very true that the spiritual ego kind of comes backside of us, knowingly or unknowingly. Sometimes, I kind of think, okay, oh, this I know why they are doing, or this I kind of know why they are behaving like that,
Ah,
but I know that I have to come from a neutral space and then observe, not come into that space of
yeah.
righteousness or that. Yeah, so that was very big insight for me to be in neutral space.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Great. I'm glad all of you I hope you liked it today because this the inputs that they're coming, I mean, I feel very blessed that I can share it with all of you. So yeah, let's live with it, let's grow with it, let's become more aware and let's live life to the fullest. Because yesterday I was talking to someone, and I think I'm going to make it my tagline now from here for after every recitation, and that is जिंदगी में life डालना जरूरी है. Okay, so जिंदगी में life डालना जरूरी है. So let's start putting life in our life. Okay. All the best. Have a great day and see you tomorrow for the recitation again at 10 o'clock. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.